I'm Claire, you're watching Stitch. So thank you so much for joining me today for another video. Now today's video is a Friday Sews video, so I'm here to tell you what I've been up to in terms of sewing this week. Before I get started, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that has watched my last couple of videos. If you are a regular watcher or subscriber, you will know that I was sort of absent from YouTube for 2 or 3 months. And I recently put out 2 videos. One was sort of a catch-up video and one was a week in my sewing life, which was sort of a little bit of filming each day. And I've just had some really lovely comments on those videos and lots of people telling me that they're glad to see me back and things. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that when people take the time to comment, and also just you guys watching. And if you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for clicking that subscribe button. So what have I been up to? I have been fairly productive, I have to say. I feel like my sojo has reignited, which is just lovely, because I don't know about you, but when I'm feeling a bit of a lack of sojo, I don't really know what to do. I don't want to sew yet. I really miss it. I miss that me time that it gives me, that kind of sense of switching off from other things. But sometimes I just don't have the headspace for it at all, but at the same time I miss it. It's a weird thing. Anyway, this week I have been sewing and I'm really chuffed. So in my week in my sewing life video, I was talking sort of throughout the week about trying to get a works in progress sorted. I'm not somebody that tends to have works in progress. I'm a kind of a one and done. Sometimes I will cut out 2 or 3 projects in a go, but I sew them up fairly quickly. But this project has been hanging around for 2 or 3 months, possibly the reason I've not been on YouTube. No, it genuinely isn't. It's just one of the projects that kind of got put to one side. Anyway, this is the Leah dress from Sew Over It. Now it's not completely finished because I'm waiting for it to drop on the bias. So I've got to the point where it's all constructed, the button placket's done, and once that's fully dropped I will then when I say button placket's done, it's not done. The facing is done. And as I said, I'm just waiting for it to drop on the bias, and then that will get all top stitched down. Then I'll need to do the hem and the buttonholes, etc. I've just got a little pin in there to kind of hold that together, just so that you can kind of see the shape a little bit. It's got this gorgeous full skirt because it's an 8-panelled skirt. It's all gone quite well. I decided not to put the pockets in because it's for it being in viscose. I didn't want them to just be sort of a bit droopy and a bit naff. And what I should have done is extended the pocket piece so that it brings it up into this waist seam, but I didn't think about that at the time, and I didn't have enough fabric to cut out some more. So this one is so very close. I think I am going to have to do some leveling. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to have a look at that. I'm a little bit scared by that, if I'm honest with you, so I'll have to try not to procrastinate about it too much. I don't have a mannequin, so I can't do it that way, and it's just sort of me at home to do it. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I go about doing that, so I might have to watch some videos. But if you've got any hints and tips for me on that one, please do let me know. I think I showed this in my recent sewing, a week in my sewing life. This is something that I knocked up one day when I felt like sewing, but I didn't necessarily want to sew a garment. It's kind of a go-to thing for me to make a pouch. I find them so good as little extra gifts for people. Fill them up with goodies, whether that be any cosmetics or like a hand cream, or put some chocolates in there. You know, it's just like that little extra gift. So I've just kind of got this in as like a standby gift. So, and that's, sorry, this is the trio pouches pattern by the wonderful Adam from Adam Sews, and I've sewn this pattern so many times. This is the medium size. There's a smaller and a large. As I say, this is the medium, and I've just used a continuous zipper tape and I've done the same material on the inside, and I've just accented it with the pink. So that was another little fairly speedy make. Now, talking of Adam sews, the lovely Adam, when I went to see him, gave me some fabric. It was a stripy blue fabric, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to make something for me or make something for my boys. Well, I've made something for me, I'm glad to say. Now, I have always steered away from stripy fabric, you know, that whole thing of being a slightly bigger person, does it add weight, etc. But I loved this fabric. I love this colour, this sort of royal blue colour. I think it works really well for me. As you can see, I'm wearing the same sort of colour currently, and I can't remember how much I had of this fabric. I think it was around about 1.8, something like that. Adam, you might remember, you might not. I don't know, I didn't measure it, but I've managed to squeeze, and I mean squeeze, out a Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. And the way that I have done that is that I have cut the back of it on the fold, I put a seam down it on the back of the top and the skirt. So, and I've tried really hard to do pattern stripe matching all the way along. So, and that's why it was really pattern Tetris to manage to get this out of the fabric that I had, because obviously I wanted these stripes to match up, and I think I've done a pretty reasonable job, if I'm honest with you. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. So that, obviously those stripes look like they're on kind of a V sort of shape because of the fact that it's cut on the angle, but yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with how this has come out. And I will get some pictures and things, because obviously it's a bit hard for me to show it all to you in here. I've popped in a little Rosy Cheeks label that says swing it, shake it, move it, made it, because I just think the pink against the blue just looks gorgeous. Obviously only me is going to see that, but I just think it looks lovely. The only thing that I'm annoyed with myself about on this is I could have done with making it very slightly longer, and the way I've got round that is I've just done a really narrow hem on it, but because it hasn't really got enough fold over it, I think it's going to flick a little bit, which is going to annoy me. I did, however, manage to do a twin needle all around the edge and all around the neckband and the sleeves, which I'm really pleased with, because I haven't done any twin needling for a really long time because I've just been using Mariflex. But sorry, hair there. Oh, right, it cut into the seam, that's annoying. But I didn't have any Mariflex thread this appropriate colour, so I thought no problem, I'll do some twin needling, and actually it's come out really well. And I think it's because in the past I found that if I've done it on a viscose jersey, I've got like a tunnelling effect on it, but because it's quite a nice substantial cotton jersey, I think it's come out quite nicely, and I'm quite chuffed with that. So all in all, a very happy make. I had some elastic, it was just the right amount in my stash, so that was perfect. And obviously the fabric was free from Adam, so thank you very, very much, Adam. The pattern I already had, so other than my time, this make cost me absolutely nothing, so I'm delighted with it. And so when I was making that, I was like, I haven't made anything jersey for myself for ages, and I just loved how quickly it came together. That real kind of instant gratification, it's really kind of like, oh, I love it. So I decided to capitalize on that, and I have made myself a t-shirt. This is a gorgeous viscose jersey t-shirt. It's got a navy background and it's got all these feathers over it. I love fabric with feathers on, I really, really do. Now it's got a lovely drape to it. I've gone quite oversized. This is the Naya tee from Tammy Handmade, and I have lowered this neckline slightly because that's just my preference. The sleeves are exactly the same. I haven't actually hemmed it yet, and I'm yet to decide whether I'm going to, depending on how I decide to style it. But this comes together oh so quick, because it's just a front and a back with these sort of bands, if you call it, and then the neck band. So there's no up until now I could do this all on the overlocker. You don't have to worry about putting in a sleeve and it going right. Now, I have made this pattern once before, and I made it in a cotton jersey, and I really didn't like it, and I just thought this pattern wasn't for me. But I thought I'm going to give it another go. I'm going to size up, because the last time I made it, I think I made it too small, and that was one of the things I didn't like about it. The fabric that I used was a really nice cotton jersey, but the colour was a bit meh on me. I think there was a number of factors that kind of made me not like the pattern. Now, for me, I think this pattern works best in a cotton jersey, in a viscose jersey, because it's got a lovely drape to it. I'm sure it would work very nicely in a cotton jersey as well. And I did make it recently in a double gauze fabric for use as a top for bed, for pyjamas, and that's worked quite well as well. So yeah, I'm actually really liking this pattern, and it's just so simple and really, really effective. So those are all of my makes, and I'm just, as I say, I'm kind of a bit buzzy from my recent sewing fix, if you like. What am I doing in terms of plans for the week ahead? I think I mentioned in one of my videos that I would like to make a dress for a 80th birthday party that I'm going to. It's not in the evening, it's just like a daytime event. So I'm looking to make like a summery dress for that, but I'm not going to go into any level of detail on that, because I'm going to do a whole video about that one, I think. So that's kind of in my plans. My husband came up with the bright idea of me making my son a shirt to wear to that party, but I don't think I've got any appropriate fabric, and although I'm filming this ahead of time of Friday sews, I don't think I've got enough time to get fabric, get it washed, get it made, as well as making a dress for myself. So I think that one might be a case of, if we can't find anything in the wardrobe for him, just popping to the shops to get something for him. And then another thing that I would like to hope at least get cut out, because I've been harping on about this one make for literally ages, is the Rodmel dress, which is a pattern by a Sussex seamstress, which is like a pinafore style dress, with quite a nice skirt on it. Now I'd like to get that one cut out at least. I don't enjoy the cutting out process, and it's one of those things that I procrastinate on, and because I procrastinate, I then don't get things done, etc, etc, etc. So hopefully I can chivvy myself along to do that one too. Now, I have bought some fabric this week, and if you bear with me, I will find it and I'll show it to you. Now, I bought 2 pieces of fabric at Fabricland in Southampton, and I can only show you one of them because one of them is going to be made into something for a family member for a birthday, so I can't show that to you, but I can show you this fabric. Now, this is a jersey fabric. It is along the lines of a viscose jersey. It's got a lot of drape to it, as you can see. This is all folded over, but there is some I would suggest poly content to it, but I just think this is gorgeous. I don't know whether it's coming up black on the screen, but it's like navy colours, navy tones. There's different tones within it, and like these ecru, like beigey spots all over it. and I think it's lovely. And my plan for this is to make a maxi length Westcliff dress. Now I've been wearing my maxi length Westcliff dress all summer, apart from on those days when it's really hot, because it's made out of a ponte with quite a drapey ponte, but obviously ponte has got synthetic fibres in, it's got quite a lot of viscose content in, but it's also got a lot of synthetic in, so I only wear it on those days where it's not absolutely boiling, like when it was like 30 degrees. And this will be a similar type of dress, I guess, because it's got some synthetic fibres in. So have been really enjoying wearing that Westcliff long maxi dress, and I'd really like to make another one before we lose the summer completely. So that is my plan for this piece of fabric. So that's it, folks. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, I'd love it if you could give me a like and subscribe if you don't already do so. I really hope that you guys are all really well. I hope you've been fitting some sewing in, and I will say goodbye for now. So take care, happy sewing, bye bye.